HUD Training Partners in Action, RCAC.
Hello, my name is Nick Chelson, and I am the Housing Training Specialist with the Rural Community Assistance Corporation, also known as RCAC for short. Today, I'm excited to share about how we're working with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development's Office of Housing Counseling to strengthen housing counselors and provide valuable training to housing counseling agencies, especially those through the Training Grant Notice of Funding Opportunity, also known as TNOFO for short. RCAC is dedicated to making sure that housing opportunities are available, fair, and accessible for all. Through the support of HUD's TNOFO, we've developed specialized training programs that equip housing counselors and agencies with the tools that they need to support individuals and families on the path to secure, stable housing. To give you a first-hand experience, I would like to introduce and share the Zoom screen with Yvonne Madrid, a HUD-certified housing counselor from Santa Fe's Housing Trust. She recently attended RCAC's annual Housing Counseling Summit. This yearly in-person event brings housing counselors from all over the country together. And over the course of 3 days, they have opportunities to attend trainings, network with each other, and hear updates from HUD leadership. Yvonne, thank you so much for joining us today. I'd like to start by asking a few questions about your experience attending RCAC's annual Housing Counseling Summit. My first question is, what initially inspired you to participate in this event?
Thank you and RCAC for having me. I was initially drawn to RCAC's Housing Counseling Summit because of the organization's strong commitment to addressing housing counseling disparities in communities like mine. I knew the program would give me new tools to support my clients and address their specific needs.
What are some highlights from RCAC's Housing Counseling Summit that you would like to share?
Well, basically, it was just all of the mental stresses that go along with the home buying and the whole home buying process. You know, a lot of times I think as counselors, we just expect our clients to kind of understand, and we're here to support them. But in their minds, I mean, you know, things are, running havoc. They're having to think about credit. They're having to think about, their down payment. And I think what really I took out of that course was that, they're really scared. They have no idea. They've never done this before. And it just really showed me how to be a little more patient and considerate, because, this is the first probably and the last time that they'll ever purchase a home. And it really brought out some of the things that I need to take into consideration when I'm actually counseling them when they're in my office.
In what ways has RCAC's Housing Counseling Summit enhanced your strategies or techniques when working with clients?
I guess it's just, putting myself in their position and knowing, I've been in the mortgage business for so many years and they haven't. So it's just what I learned is kind of putting myself in their seat and seeing and kind of looking through their eyes at what is being presented to them, and just, making it and presenting it to in a way that they would understand. We all use certain terms and language. They don't know any of that. And it taught me to kind of turn that all around and be like, hey, if you were in their seat, how would you want that explained to them? So those were some of the skills that I learned during that.
What made going to RCAC's Housing Counseling Summit different from other events that you have gone to in the past?
So, I attended other housing counseling, events, and what I really enjoyed about RCAC, again, was the size. A lot of, the courses, they were, smaller. And so you were able to, again, network and get names and kind of trade ideas with everybody else in housing counseling. And you're able to, say, well, I have this client, what would you do in that situation? And so it was easier to be able to make those relationships because the sessions were smaller. You can walk down the hotel and go to breakfast and you can see the person that was sitting right next to you. And that was really nice. Some of the other conferences I've attended, they're so big that they're a week long and you never even see them again or know what's going on in their lives anymore. And I made some really great contacts while I was at RCAC. And, I've reached out to them and have asked them, well, what do you think of this? And so that's what I really took away is just the camaraderie that we had while we were there. It was just a great, positive place to be. And just recently, we just went through a change in our CMS system. And I reached out to some of the people that I attended classes with at RCAC and asked them what CMS system they had, what they liked, what they didn't like. And I actually knew the person that I was talking to, and I already had a feel for them. So I would greatly encourage anybody that has the opportunity to attend this conference, just because I took away a lot of tools and a lot of friendships, and I came home with them. So I would encourage anybody that can take it to do so.
And we're looking forward to RCAC's next Housing Counseling Summit as well. So thank you, Yvonne. Thank you for sharing your story. And thank you for all of the work you're doing to help make homeownership and housing more equitable and obtainable.
Resources: Rural Community Assistance Corporation, www.rcac.org. Santa Fe Housing Trust, www.housingtrustonline.org.